Happy Tuesday. It's the Jam Nation podcast with Jonesy and Amanda. What a podcast.
Oh, what a podcast. We spoke to Eric Idle, one of my childhood heroes, a hero of mine at the age of 60 now. Didn't we have a great chat with him?
We had a great chat with him.
I just love him.
You brought to the table politicians making sex tapes. Why is this so?
Why is it
Why is
so?
it happening?
Let's hope it doesn't catch on.
No, please. The tribal drum will beat for Dad's claim to fame. This is on the back of you discovering that a twirl originated from...
Well, it's a flake covered in another layer of chocolate, and a guy I saw on Twitter said that his dad had invented it. So the tribal drum is beating for Dad's claim to fame.
Pardon my language, but we'll go down to the Jonesy to Manor Arms for the pub test. Raising the damn wall.
Oh, Brendan, how offensive.
Enjoy our podcast.
Everybody
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda
Miss Keller. Amanda.
doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Well, hello, Amanda. How are you today?
I'm good. How you going?
What's going on, man?
Not much. I was on the TV last night.
You did a great job. Gee, you brought it. Whenever I watch Have You Been Paying Attention, I always think, wow, you're so good. I get envy. I think I can't be like that.
Well, that's very kind of you, Brendan.
You did very, very
It's
well.
fun. It's really good fun. And, some things happen, you think, surely that's going to come out in the edit. It's a show that can never
Yeah.
be live, obviously.
Obviously.
But, I think they do a really quick turnaround on it. And I think, oh, well, that's stay in, so you never know.
Yeah, well, you brought it. You bring the TV.
Well, that's free. I bring the TV.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm Mrs. Retrovision. What's it called? Retrovision?
Mrs. Retrovision. You bring the
But
TV.
when I first flattered and we'd rent out a television and I'd put money in an envelope and send it off every week, and then there was a knock at the door. You haven't been paying for your television.
Yeah.
Someone had taken all the money out of the envelope.
What was that place? Radio Rentals.
Radio rentals.
Yeah. But does anyone rent a TV now? Why would you bother?
They're appliances, but they're much cheaper now than they used to be.
Yeah, they're incredibly
Yeah,
cheap.
I mean, unlike airline tickets that are more expensive when they used to be. You used to be able to fly around the world for $3,000. Now that pretty much gets you to Cairns and back.
Yeah.
But yes, TVs and all that stuff. We used to rent it all. Did you used to do that too?
Never rented a TV, but I remember the ads for just a
Yeah.
rental TV. And the TV back in the 70s was $760, which was a fortune.
Yeah.
And now, $760, you can buy.
Giant flat screen.
Well, my mate Omo bought this TV. It literally fills the whole wall of his house. And I said, what did that cost you? He said, $1,200.
Yeah.
I said, you're joking.
His house is worth $3,000.
I said, well, it takes up the whole wall of his house.
But we went through, remember all the movies when the kids were little, we went through that 3D phase of movies.
Oh, yeah.
And then all the TVs, 3D potential.
Yeah.
We bought a TV that had 3D potential. We never watched one single 3D movie. Movies aren't made in 3D anymore.
Because no one's got time for that. No one could be bothered putting the glasses on.
What only takes a second to
I
put the
know.
glasses on?
I know. People are time poor.
I know.
No time.
Time to put the...
I'm
Next,
not
I'll have to put in contact
But
lenses.
excuse me, sir, you're wearing glasses. I've got no time to put on two sets of glasses.
What happened to the 3D movie phase? Gone.
I think it went with Vincent Price and House of Wax. That was the big 3D
but
movie.
No, but that was years ago.
Oh, yeah,
but
and
I
then
mean,
Jaws 3.
every kids film. You and I used to go to those
Yeah.
things with our kids. Every kids film was 3D.
You know what I like that my kids are grown up? I do not have to see another Pixar thing again.
Yeah, I kind of miss
until
that.
the grandchildren
I
come
kind of miss that. The Sunday morning movie, going to the movies at 10 o'clock in the morning and seeing
Yeah.
cute 3D animated
And we go
something.
and see Hugh, what's his name? Grant, in a movie phoning it in because he's doing the voiceover for a particular movie about
Well, then he's
pirates or
literally
astronauts
phoning
or
it in if
something.
it's a voiceover.
Well, it'd be great. It'd be great to be a voice actor. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do any acting. You just do the voice stuff.
I think you'd find it's harder than you imagine.
No, I don't reckon. I think it'd be a walk in the park.
Oh, do you? You just stand there and it's like reading. It's
Dis-
just reading.
Disney's walk in the park is out now. Action-packed show today. Guess who's joining us? Are you excited?
I'm so excited. It's Eric Idle from Monty Python. I'm so excited.
$10,000 with the $10,000 question. And we can't do anything until we do the Magnificent Seven. Question 1.
The Gan, Spirit of the Outback, and Golf Lander, a famous Australian what?
Podcast. We have the Magnificent Seven. There are 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, you'll get...
my accolades. You'll get my enormous and incredible accolades.
But it's about getting question 7 right. Nathan is in Cambridge Park.
Hello, Nathan.
Good morning, guys.
Question 1. The Gan, Spirit of the Outback, and Golf Lander, a famous Australian what?
Train trips.
Yeah.
We were talking with Claire Stevens yesterday about the Gan. I'd like to do that. I know that one goes from
Adelaide to
Darwin. What about the Spirit of the Outback? Where's that one?
Spirit of the Outback goes around Queensland.
And what about Golflander?
Goes around Queensland as well.
All right, wouldn't that involve the golf?
You'd think so, but no. It's Queensland. What about the Southern Aurora?
Where's that go?
That goes straight across the country.
What about the Orient Express? You know one I've been perving it on Instagram. This is how old I am now. It's the Scottish Highlands something or other.
Do you get to go on the old boiler, the old steam train?
I think you do. And the bagpipers wave you off.
Yep.
And the Queen used to travel on it, and it's so nostalgic, and these beautiful old dining cars, and you just go through the Scottish Highlands. It's like when you look at the European river cruises and you think, yep, they look great.
I just like getting on the old Illawarra line into the city.
You're happy with that?
There you go.
Is there a dining cart?
There is a dining cart. If you pick up a sandwich, you can eat
before you get on.
But make sure you hide it when the guy comes past.
Aren't you allowed to have food?
You're not supposed to eat on the train. You're allowed to drink water, though. You're allowed to drink water, but you can't drink a beer on the train.
As you learnt.
Just don't do that, okay, Nathan? Question number 2. What is the main function of a gramophone?
Oh,
What's a gramophone?
I got no idea.
You know.
Yeah,
this.
I don't know, guys. Gramophone.
You don't know the gramophone?
Donna's in Layla Park. Hello,
Hi, Donna. Hello, Donna. What's a gramophone?
Play music.
Yeah, it's a record
Of course
player.
it is. Old-time ragtime. Maybe you're on the Southern Aurora, the steam train one.
The ones going through the Scottish Highlands.
And you're listening to that.
Yeah, maybe I am.
Let's play the not-so-secret sound.
Duh. All right, Donna, listen up. What is this sound?
Sounds like a train whistling.
I love the not-so-secret sound because it's as obvious as you think it is.
That is an old-fashioned noisy one, though, let's say.
Yeah, that's the old Radiator 2000.
Yeah.
13 WSFM is the number. Let's just have another listen to that. I'll just keep my genitals away from it.
Is it a woman?
Jam Nation.
The Magnificent Seven, we're at question 3, and we're playing the not-so-secret sound.
Duh. Have a listen to this.
It's a doddle, really. Dax is in Campbelltown.
Hello, Dax.
Hi, how you going?
Dax, congratulations on having the coolest name. You should be a radio DJ. I want to change my name to Dax. Maybe that's what I got to be instead of just Jonesy. Maybe Dax Jones and Amanda.
I don't know if it's your name that's holding you back.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
I just think I need a more dynamic name.
And then when you left, it could be Dax Free.
Dax and Amanda.
Is Dax short for something, or is that your actual name, Dax? We love it.
No, yeah, actual name.
It's fantastic.
The Adventurers.
Right, of course. It's from The Adventures, DAX.
Yeah, Howard Robin.
Yeah. Love it.
I'm loving it.
Well, all right. Now, an age has passed since we heard the secret sound, but what do you think it is?
It's a microwave.
It's a
Of course it's a microwave. Which brand of soup featured in one of Andy Warhol's most famous pop art pieces? Was it A, Campbell's, B, Heinz, or C, Continental?
It was, tricky question. It's Campbell's. I
It
think.
was
Of course it was Campbell's, yeah.
Question 5.
If you're a climate protest, you might get it and throw it at another piece of work.
Oh, they're ruining
Damn fools.
their message, aren't
Where's
they?
the cops with the tasers?
What's featured on the wrapper of a Fantail chocolate, Dax?
Of a what chocolate, sorry?
Fantails.
Oh, a riddle or a joke.
Oh.
Sorry, no.
No. Nancy's in Balmain.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Hello. On the wrapper of a fantail, what's written there?
Oh, fantail lollies.
Yeah.
The information about the actors.
Yeah, it's biographies of movie stars.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which type of restaurant popularised the use of a conveyor belt?
Doesn't sound like something you'd like, does it? A conveyor belt in a restaurant?
Yeah, you go there.
What food would it be?
The sushi train.
The sushi train. That's
Love
right.
sushi.
Here's question 7. It's 68 days until what?
Is it Christmas?
Yes, it is.
Good on you, Nancy of Balmain. I said Balmain strangely.
You said Balmain.
Balmain. Balmain.
You said it like you'd never heard of it.
I know, it's weird. I love Balmain. Congratulations.
Well done, Nunzi.
Nunzi of Balmain. You've won the Jam Pack. It's all coming away. A $100 Make-Out Meals voucher. Make-Out Meals delivers meals from Australia's favourite restaurants and now available in Sydney and Balmain. A $200 Contour Clinics voucher. They are the go-to clinic to rejuvenate and refresh your face with their gold standard skincare technologies. And Jonesy and Amanda Carriage, you choose Fit Colour and some Staedtler pencils. Nancy, is there anything you would like to add?
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Well
Wasn't
done.
expecting that this morning.
Good on you, Nancy.
Good.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Let's go.
Back to the old grind. Another day, another dollar.
You know what they say? It's a dirty, rotten job, but someone's got to do it.
Stop gossiping and get back to work.
I'm going to flick through the Germanac, our big book of musical facts. On this day in 2005, Madonna admitted that she wrote a grovelling letter to ABBA. It's hard to imagine Madonna writing a grovelling letter to anyone.
Yeah, imagine that.
And this, she was massively famous, 2005, but she's asking if she could sample their music for her latest single, Hung Up. She wanted to sample this.
From Gimme Gimme?
Yeah. She said, I'd sent my reps to Stockholm with a letter and the record that I was recording, begging them and imploring them, telling them how much I worshipped their music, telling them it was homage to them, which is all true. And they had to think about it, Benny and Bjorn. They didn't say yes straight away. They never let anyone sample their music. They could have said no, this is what she's saying, but she said, thank God they didn't.
Imagine if she just said Gimme Gimme, the hook of your song.
I don't think you say no to Madonna, because otherwise you end up with jumper leads attached to your nipples. No, Bjorn might have liked it.
He would. They're Swedes. They love that stuff.
They love that kind of stuff and hit yourself with a birch twig and all of that. But they said yes, and we have this.
Jam Nation.
I always feel in my life I've got to do more. I always think, oh, man, I've got to do more. I'm not doing enough. And then I see the story of Ned Brockman and I think, oh, man, look at this guy.
What a great kid.
What a guy. He comes from Forbes. He moved to Sydney. He was just devastated by the plight of the homelessness of our city. And so he's decided, I'm going to run from Perth to Bondi. And he raises $1.6 million.
It is extraordinary. 23 years old, a tradie, and he's how far did he run every day?
80 Ks a day.
A day.
80 Ks.
He's raised $1.6 million and he got a hero's welcome yesterday. You may have seen it all over the news last night when he arrived at Bondi Beach. What an incredible thing. What was it disturbing to me was that he kicked off his own shoe and drank booze from it after you've run that long and that hard.
I think those shoes look pristine.
So you don't think it was in one, he's the old Dunlop Volley International
No.
he's run in for weeks.
Ned looked light on his feet. He looked really refreshed. It looked like he'd just been going for a run and there was no big deal.
Amazing. This is the second time he has run a marathon to raise money. In 2020, he ran 50 marathons in 50 days and raised $100,000 for Red Cross. And now he's done this 47-day journey on foot from Perth and raised $1.6 million for a charity, a homelessness charity called We Are Mobilise. What an incredible guy.
You know what else he did? He beat a record as well, getting a Jetstar flight to Perth. So he actually beat that record.
So he beat the plane.
Beat the plane.
Yeah, and carried his own luggage.
There's people in Perth going,
And got a
hang
drink.
on. and got food on the way.
Ned, you're a hero.
We salute you, Ned.
You know, absolutely.
There should be a day.
Well,
of
you know,
Ned Brockman.
you, Brendan, talk about millennials. Look at this guy.
I know.
I think amazing, and what a great inspiration.
I look at Jem Y. Rye. You're the same age as Ned Brockman.
Yeah.
And what have you done today? You brought soup into work?
Yeah, I packed my own lunch.
He packed his lunch. You know what he said to me? I said, "What's in that thing?" He's got a thermos. He goes, and then I said,
Because he's normally eating grain waves
and
at
he
this
said,
time of day.
What's in that? And what did you say it was?
Powdered soup.
It's powdered soup.
We call it cup of soup.
Yeah, powdered soup.
We've grown up on it. Please give it its right name.
I thought you guys would be proud of me because I don't have.
Are you giving up the grain waves? Are you giving up those delicious little French fry things you buy as well? A packet of those.
I've turned a new leaf. I'm a new man.
So, okay, on one hand, we've got Ned Brockman, who runs from Perth to Bondi and raises $1.6 million. And on the other hand, we've got Jem Wright, who's now managing to make powdered soup.
And wants us to be proud of him.
Yeah, where's my fanfare?
You could drink your tomato soup out of your own shoes.
You would just add water to those shoes. Ooh. Ned Brockman, we salute you.
We do indeed.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Sometimes as a politician, you have to put your... What's the expression? Put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
I might regret that phrase with this story. But if you're a politician, you're wanting to get your message across, you try and tell your constituents that you have personal experience, that these issues matter to you. So an American politician wanted to convince his people that he cared about, quote, his sex-positive platform and he... where are we? It's sex positivity is his platform, and he wants to decriminalise and legalise sex work. So if you're going to talk about it, he decided he should do it. Now this guy he looks like Gru
from Minions.
Minions. So he's not a young stud, but he's decided to get his message across. He would release a sex tape. So he did. He made a sex tape to promote this platform. This is a great quote. I wanted to demonstrate my commitment to the issue. Sure you did. Sure you did. So he had sex with an adult performer. Her name is Nicole Sage. The encounter was filmed last year, and he has released this on Pornhub, saying these are my platforms, and this is what I believe in.
Right.
You know, imagine saying that to your family.
So he's polling the constituents.
He's polling well. I'm glad none of this caught on here in Australia, because we might have ended up with this.
Up.
Stop it.
Up.
It's not sensible. It's not helpful.
Up.
That's not my job.
Up.
Somebody's job. Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it.
Gonna need some petty cash.
Jam Nation.
I want to watch Top Gun Maverick again. I hear that song and I'm thinking, I want to watch that again.
Bizarrely, I never see films twice, as you know. I barely see them once. I've seen that film twice, the new one twice, and I don't think I've seen the first one.
And you loved the second time.
I saw it with you the first time because we were interviewing the actress from it.
Fiona Connolly? No,
Jennifer Connolly.
Jennifer Connolly.
She was so lovely.
Fiona Connolly writes for The New Idea, I think.
Yeah, no, we interviewed her
we'd
about
be happy
it.
to talk to her about it.
And I loved it so much that I then urged my husband and my son to come and see it because, and they liked it. But Harley and I had an argument afterwards because he thought that I got annoyed because he thought that Tom Cruise was just being too Tom Cruise with that grin.
Yeah, that's what you're getting.
That's what I loved. It was you saw old school Tom Cruise.
That's what you want to see.
He loved all the flying scenes, loved all of that, but he said Tom Cruise with his glinting teeth. I said, yes.
Yes. My wife, who's not a Tom Cruise fan, and that's the only hurdle in me seeing it again because you can rent it now on Foxtel. And I said, let's watch Top Gun Maverick. And she said, no. And I said, why not? She goes, I don't like Tom Cruise. And I said, well, it's not for you. But I want to see that movie.
See, I think Helen should see it because Tom Cruise went through a stage where women stopped liking him. It started with the jumping on the couch. He just seemed unusual. You know, he just went through a bonkers phase.
When he dumped our Nick, which was a billion years ago.
Well, I could accept that. A marriage breaks up. That's okay.
I'm happy for him.
But the jumping on the couch and all that stuff. But in this movie, he has reclaimed his macho-ness, his sexiness, his steeliness. All the stuff you used to love about him is back.
It's a good date night movie because it's for the guys and the girls. It's been well made for men and women.
And this is because for the first time ever, understood the flying mission. I don't understand Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't even understand, what's that big fat-footed thing? Hobbit. I don't get any of those storylines.
Because I'll tell you this right now.
But I got this.
In Top Gun Maverick, the mission's exactly the same as the Star Wars mission to blow up the Death Star.
But it must be explained better because I got
They
it.
mansplained the S out of that. Johnny Dumbo, if you couldn't work out what that mission was,
and that is
you would
true.
be the dumbest person in the history of dumb people.
Well, I, as you know, have seen Star Wars, and when they did that one, when they went back to when Anakin was a little kid, I thought that was Luke Skywalker, even after I'd seen the film. So I don't
But you understand it when they had to blow up the Death Star and they go down the canyon, torpedoes down the hole, boom.
I think I do. I remember the stuff.
Yeah, it was exactly the same.
But this
mission.
was explained, and they had to go up a wall, and they had to come down, and one torpedo, and then I got it.
You'd got it.
I got it.
Even Johnny Dumbo and Amanda Keller got it. Go and see it. I will work on my wife again this weekend.
Good
I
on
gotta
you.
see that
Okay, and then she might see a film.
Jam Nation.
Now, there's a couple of questions that I have to ask you.
I don't answer questions.
Just answer the question, okay?
What's in it for me?
$10,000 reward.
It's pretty good. $10,000 right here, right now. All you have to do is answer 10 questions in 60 seconds. You do that, you get $10,000.
Doesn't matter how many of you it takes to get there. If someone answers question 10 correctly, they get that money.
Yeah, could be Scott of Bligh Park.
Hello, Scott.
Morning, guys.
Good morning, Scott. You could be seconds away from getting $10,000 in your bank account. We have 10 questions. Let's hope. 10 questions, 60 seconds. If you're wrong or you hesitate, you're out and someone takes your place. We've got a stack of people ready to go. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, Scott, good
Oozing
luck.
confidence, Scott.
Here
Let's
we go. Question 1. What animal races in the Melbourne Cup?
Horse.
Question 2. On which free-to-air channel can you watch the show The Traitor?
7.
Dave's in Albion Park.
On which free-to-air channel can you watch the show? Question 3. What beans are used in miso soup?
Green.
Paul's in Penrith.
What beans are used in miso soup?
Sprouts.
David's in Mount Colah.
What beans are used in miso soup?
Broad beans.
Tony's in Croydon.
What beans are used in miso soup?
Fava beans.
Suzanne's in Roseland.
What beans are used in miso soup?
Lentils.
Greg's in Blacktown.
What beans are used in miso soup?
Mixed flour.
Kate's in Bondi.
What beans are used in miso soup?
I don't know.
We run out of callers.
And that's it. That's what happens. We ran out of everyone on question
no
3.
one knows that? What, no one's drinking miso soup?
I
What's wrong
drink
with you
miso
people?
soup. It's a soybean.
Easiest question in the world.
It's the soybean. I'm surprised they brought everyone unstuck.
Yeah, I'm not.
Gee, we didn't even get question 3 done. That's how it goes some mornings. People know stuff, other mornings, and no one knows nothing.
It can happen, man.
Jam Nation. Podcast.
Remember, I always wanted to be the girl in the Flake commercial. Do you remember her? She was wearing cheesecloth. I used to love cheesecloth.
And she couldn't ride that push bike.
She was riding it in a casual way.
No, she was so wobbly.
But she was riding in a way like that scene in, Robert Redford and Paul Newman.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance
Yeah.
Kid.
Wasn't there a girl riding a bike in that? Or am I thinking of the Mad magazine?
That's Paul Newman riding the bike, and the girl's on the handlebars.
Yeah, well, that was my dream.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable sitting on the handlebars like a baguette. But the girl in the flame.
So you
in the
dreamed
Flake
it. Can
commercial,
you ride a push bike?
No, that's probably why I dreamt of it. But combining,
seeing
it can
you-
combine a bike, cheesecloth, and chocolate. It's everything I ever dreamt of.
Before I knew you, I remember watching Beyond 2000 and watching you riding, because most of your stories seem to be about wacky push bikes.
That's not true.
And non-conventional ways of transport.
It's not true.
And then had you on this wacky push bike, and you're saying, in the future, we'll all be riding this bike. And then you went straight into a bush.
Yeah. No, it was one of those where you sit very low to the ground and you're reclining.
Oh, what about those freaks? You see those guys riding push bikes?
Well, this guy was riding one of those for Beyond 2000. We destroyed with him in the States, and he had 3 DOS computers on it.
But why?
Why?
But have you seen
Why?
those ones? They sit on the ground,
Yeah.
and then the feet are up in the air.
That's what this was.
But I think,
And I had to ride
already
one.
push bike riders are maligned on the roads. Why would you make yourself more maligned?
Well, they're not as easy as you think. I was riding one.
Well, that's why you went
and
into
I
the bush.
fell over. Yeah. enough about a flake. Do you know that a flake, a couple of flakes, a flake with an extra layer of chocolate is a twirl?
I know that.
I didn't know that.
What's a Twix then?
What is a Twix? That's probably got a bit of nougat in it, has it? It's betwixt and between.
It's got a bit of nougat. Yeah, it's got nougat.
The reason I know this is I was looking at Twitter yesterday and this guy said that his father had passed away 20 years ago. He was an industrial chocolatier.
Yep.
Imagine if your dad was an industrial chocolatier. And among other things, he figured out how to cover a flake, not me, with an extra layer of chocolate, thus inventing the twirl.
Oh, that's
This person's dad invented the twirl. What a claim to fame.
Yeah, that's a good claim to fame. Because if you're and I'm not by any stretch a chocolate industrial, whatever
Industrial chocolatier.
I'm not one of those. But remember, I invented the chocolate Monte Carlo biscuit because I love a chocolate Monte. And then I thought, well, imagine if you had a Monte Carlo biscuit completely immersed in chocolate.
Mm.
And remember what I said to you at the time? What a great idea. And you poo-pooed my idea. So I took it to the Arnott's people. And they said, you know what, we like the cut of your jib because I made one in the kitchen here. Took it to them.
Well, made one. You just dipped a biscuit in chocolate.
Yeah, took it to the Arnott's people. And they went, you know what, this is a great idea. This kid is great.
And they made a run of them.
They made a run.
And why did you get cranky? Look at your face. Why did you get cranky?
Because they called it the chocolate Monte Keller.
And it drove you crazy.
I was like the little red hen who's going to help me bake the bread. And you, the other farmyard animals.
Which one am I?
I don't know.
You can ride a bike.
And you chose not to help. And that was my claim to fame. And my youngest, Dominic, he says, I really would like a chocolate Monte. He does call it a Keller, which bugs me to no end. But yeah, that's the thing. Even Richard Marx. You remember we had Richard Marx on the show and we were talking about his dad. His dad was a jingle writer.
I had tremendous love and respect for my father when I was young, but I wanted to do my own thing. If he'd said, hey, come out and work with me. And he tried to get me to, he was a jingle writer and producer, and he tried to get me to sort of take over his business. And I said, man, I'm so grateful, but that's your thing. I want to do my thing. And I think my sons are kind of in the same place.
Because that's right. You did a jingle when you were a kid, didn't you?
I did a bunch of jingles when I was a kid. Yeah. For candy bars and bubble gum and breakfast cereal.
And if you YouTube this, you can hear a young Richard Marx and his mum singing on this Chicken of the Sea for tuna.
Ask any mermaid you happen to see, what's the best tuna? Chicken of the sea.
His dad wrote that.
Dad. We couldn't confirm if he wrote this one.
Bobby will come to you.
That's his mum in there.
Bluemobile lady.
My dad's claim to fame was that he was in a movie. In 1954, he was working on Thursday Island. He got a job in the bank at Thursday Island. Pre-marriage, pre-all of that. Thursday Island, the very top of Queensland. Off the top of Queensland. And they came to make the film King of the Coral Sea. Had Chips Rafferty, it had Bud Tingle, and it was the very first film of Rod Taylor.
Right.
And Dad
what
had
did Art
to
do in it?
Well, he had to, for one thing, he had to move out of his room because Dad was tall and he had to give his bed to Chips Rafferty, who was tall. But Dad was in the background of it, and we've seen it. It used to be the most exciting thing whenever it came on television. For a family where nothing exciting happened, this was the most thrilling thing ever. We'd watch Dad in this movie.
Wow.
And he and his mate were standing on a jetty, and Chips Rafferty walked past talking to Bud Tingle, and Dad had to count to 3 and laugh and count to 4 and pretend to talk. And we watched it, and it was the most exciting thing that had ever happened to our family.
Man.
And Dad, as a joke, said he had an acting stage name, Dane. And for years we used to make fun of Dane.
Wow. The winter nights must have flown by at your house. And look at you now. Look at you. You're a big deal. This is something your kids will probably be saying this right now.
No, they couldn't care less.
Oh, of course they care. Of course they care. Maybe that's something the Tribal Drum would beat for Dad's claim to fame.
My dad is the fruit that goes through bunnies.
Maybe he immersed Twix in chocolate. Maybe he came up with the chocolate Monte Carlo.
Maybe he was an extra in a movie.
Yeah.
See, that's exciting. My kids don't care less about what I do. This stuff was exciting.
Jam Nation.
Hello there, it's Jonesy and Amanda. The Tribal Drum has been beating Dad's claim to fame.
My dad is the fruit that goes through bunnies.
We've discovered this man's dad's claim to fame. He was an industrial chocolatier.
What a job.
And he got a flake and then he immersed it in chocolate and it became a twirl.
Yes.
And which is pretty good because a flake, when you eat it, it goes everywhere.
Yes.
And people know
They
that
should
you've been
put it
eating
in
a flake.
pastry.
A flake in a pastry.
Don't think about it.
Lauren has joined us.
Hello, Lauren. What's your dad's claim to fame?
Hi, my dad was a solo man.
No.
The solo man, because there's a couple of solo men,
There's a
aren't there?
lot-
Because I think Joel Creasy's dad was one of the
Joel
solo men.
Creasy's dad was a solo man. Which
one was yours?
So this was in 1979 and 1980.
Yeah.
81 maybe, and it's like Man from Snowy River style.
He
when
was
you've
on
been
the-
working in the high country.
He was on the horse. Yeah, the horse.
Was he an actor, Lauren? How did it come about?
No, well, my mum was a model, and they said, we need a good-looking guy who can ride. And she said, oh, well, my husband can.
He can ride all right.
Wow.
And that's how you were conceived. Was
Oh,
it, Lauren?
that's charming.
I'm just saying. There's sexy
Solo
people.
man, that's so evocative.
I love it. And this isn't the horse. This is the canoe guy. Remember the canoe guy?
Work it hard to be a solo man. You're gonna take the lead and make the others follow. You're gonna keep in shape to be a solo man. And when you got a thirst for it,
There he goes off the cliff.
you've got to
And then he gets the solo.
Sounds like he landed on a siren. And Lauren,
It's enough about Lauren's dad.
did you have like solo man stuff all over the house? Was it the most exciting thing that had ever happened?
Oh, no, just every time someone came over, we had to pull out the VHS tape
Really?
and watch it. And then somehow I got it onto YouTube, and so
Good.
now every time I meet someone new and someone knows me, Lauren's dad was a solo man.
So exciting.
Lauren, this is
I think
great.
that is a great claim to
And
fame.
is your dad still around?
No, he passed away a few years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that,
Yeah.
Lauren.
I did try to get a bunch of free solo cans to have at the wake.
Yeah.
But
What, the solo people wouldn't come to the party?
no.
That's outrageous.
That is
What
outrageous.
is it? I would have paid for that.
That's outrageous.
That is outrageous. How would the solo man go these days, in these binary or non-binary times?
Well, you can still be a solo man or a solo woman.
What a solo they.
Brendan, you still have men and women.
I know, but like
Not
the
everyone's
jingle
being pushed into being a they.
The jingle says a solo man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so can he still exist?
So many questions, but Lauren, we love
Thank you,
that.
Lauren.
Thank you so much.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
And we are up and running.
Hello there. We've been chatting about my dad's claim to fame. Maybe like it all started with the guy that covered a flake in chocolate
And made the twirl.
which is a yummy chocolate bar. We had Lauren just ring in, and her dad was in the solo. He was the solo man.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one on the horse and cart.
Oh, so he was on a horse and cart?
Yeah, he's getting pulled by two horses.
Really?
At Gem Y Ryan, I would just watch it. What about that?
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
It's a man's drink.
It's a man. It's a
So
man's
was he
drink.
going down a mountain
He was just riding
on the flat?
doing donuts in a
Doing
He
donuts.
was in a horse and cart.
That's not easy.
That's not easy.
You'd need a can of drink to
And then
do
it
it.
just says it's a man's drink.
The horse said it.
That's what they did. That's what they did back then, when men were men and the women were men too. Everyone was a man. Anyway, the trouble drum is beating Dad's claim to fame.
My dad is the fruit that goes through buddies.
Scott's with us. Give us your dad's claim to fame, Scott.
Yeah, hi, how you going? Yeah, my father was a ex-detective, and he used to, at one stage, he was at a thing called the Special Branch before the federal police and whatever. And back in, I think it was about 1970, when the three astronauts that landed on the moon, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and Neil Collins, come to Australia, he looked after them and took them out on the town for a few nights. And, yeah.
What a story. What did he make of them? Did he say they were good guys? Because often they're quite, I know Buzz Aldrin's a bit bit crazy and fun.
Crazy.
But the others, they're sort of scientist guys in a way. What did he make of them?
Yeah, I spoke to him a few years ago before he passed away about it. We were at a thing, and he was saying that I can't remember actually whether it was Neil Collins or Buzz Aldridge. Apparently, one of them was a bit of a dickhead, and like they were, as I said, they were on the drink and whatever, and the guy that my dad was working with almost knocked him out. So, yeah.
What a story. We love it, Scott.
Oh, no, you got all the names wrong.
I know. I think it was Michael Collins, Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. But the story is brilliant. We love it. Thank you, Scott.
Kelly has joined us as well.
Hello, Kelly.
Hi.
What's your dad's
Kelly.
claim to fame?
Oh, he'll love to tell you that I bowled out Dougie Walters in a cricket game.
Wow. What were the circumstances of that?
Oh, look, they were in about year 6.
Good on you, Dad.
It was a gala day or something where the country kids came to play the city kids, and, yeah, Dad bowled him out. So when he's telling us the story, we're thinking, oh, wow, Dad played rep cricket.
No. He was a primary school student.
That's brilliant.
But that's what we're talking about.
We love it, and we're going to take more calls
13
as well.
WSFM, why don't you give us a call? It's 19 to 8.
Jam Nation.
The tribal drummers beating Dad's claim to fame.
We've had some great ones.
We've had the Solo Man, and we've had a dad that claims to have bowled out Dougie Walters.
Yeah, he was at high school or primary school.
He was 12 years of age.
Well, it doesn't matter to
But
us.
still, it doesn't matter. Denise has joined us. Hello, Denise.
Good morning, Brenda and Amanda. How are you?
Very well.
thank you,
What's your dad's claim to fame?
Look, Dad was a car salesman all around Sydney, and one of the companies he worked for was Broadway Motors, right on Broadway. And an old actress from Hollywood, and I don't know whether you would remember, Betty Hutton.
Yes.
She was a big deal.
She was.
She came out to Australia, and Broadway Motors offered her a car and a driver, which was Dad. And he said she wasn't a very nice person. He didn't like her very much, but he had to drag her all around Sydney to events and stuff during that time. And in those days, television was live and live ads. And Dad would take vehicles over to Channel 7, I think, and they'd have to be perfect and pristine. And he wrote a jingle for Broadway Motors.
Right.
So he would often be singing it in the background, and it's just something that's stuck in my head.
Come on, sing it for us now, Denise.
Oh, my God. I'll sing it as quickly as I can.
Sure.
Okay. Aboard a Ford, take over the wheel. Broadway Motors give a wonderful deal. And when the family's aboard, they'll holler, Dad, we're glad you bought a Ford.
You've got a beautiful voice, too.
You're going through to Sydney.
Absolutely.
It's great, Denise. Well, what about that?
And Betty Hutton, was she not Annie Oakley? She was one of them.
She was one of those.
Annie Get Your Gun, one of those.
She was getting something.
Thanks, Bill Collins.
Thank you, Denise. Joe has joined us as well. Hello, Joe.
Hi, how you going?
Great.
What's your dad's claim to fame, Joe?
Well, my dad had a radio show on 2KY.
Yep.
He had a television show for 21 years. And he also was the very first Australian to perform on the Grand Ole Opry. And he was very well known in the country music industry. And his
Joe,
name...
yeah?
Have a guess?
Well, I think I know who it is.
Yeah, it's not Slim Dusty, is it?
No,
Reg
it's
Lindsay?
Reg Lindsay.
Yeah, Slim Dusty's my uncle, but
look at you.
Reg Lindsay's your dad.
My father.
Oh, there you go. Brilliant. I still remember that song. He wrote a song about Neil Armstrong.
He did.
Don't you know she heard it on that July afternoon?
Do you remember this, Brenda? Are you too young?
Heard a man named
I was 1 year of age.
walk upon the moon.
Wow, Joe.
Joe.
Love it.
Heard a man named
And he bowled out Doug Walters, from what I remember.
Did he bowl out Doug Walters? And did he kayak down a river drinking solo?
Joe, I love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all your calls.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Jonesy and Amanda in the morning. 101.7 WSFM.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda answer the pub test, and today this is one that's dominating everywhere, and I love infrastructure. Raising the damn wall. Does it pass the pub test?
Well, our Premier, Dominic Perrottet, has vowed to raise the Warragamba Dam wall, declaring that New South Wales will go it alone if the federal government doesn't step in to help. It's going to cost $1.6 billion. Why is this so controversial? Tell me the for and against.
Well, so the against is that you're going to lose a bit of land, trees and stuff up from the dam.
Why? Because if you're raising the wall...
Well, once you raise the wall, that's going to be flooded.
Okay, so it takes in more space.
It's going to take in more space. The pro, I guess, is it's going to save 8,000 lives. Apparently, there's a lot of people that live downstream that get affected by when the dam floods over.
I've seen some people commenting here that 12 years that they haven't actually dealt with flood mitigation in those communities.
Yeah.
And they've actually allowed houses to be built where they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And so some people are saying, well, it's all very well and good now, but why haven't you looked after those people before this? Why do we have to have an environmental issue now when this could have been dealt with earlier?
And the Labor government has always erred on the side of the environment. So the Labor would have it run at lower capacity. So then when we have a drought, we're not going to have any rain and they're going to be paying exorbitant water prices.
Right.
And it's also been tabled we might be drinking recycled water, which I don't want to drink. The Liberal government, on the other hand, have said, well, let's raise the wall by 14 metres. And let's face it, it's a dam. We need the dam. The dam's going to be there. If they raise the wall, then the water might... We might go into another drought period. But I would rather have the dam sitting at full capacity than have it sitting at, like, say, 25% capacity, and then we have no rain, and then we're all drinking cups of mud.
And at the current capacity, if it rains and we spill, that's an environmental disaster too,
Well,
and it's also a
now.
danger to the people.
And then it inundates all those communities downstream from the river.
It's an issue
that
both
area
ways.
was always a natural catchment area. When they
Yes.
first discovered it in the 1800s, they said, this would be a great spot to put a dam.
And now let's put some houses in.
Yeah, so they built, down... That's for another.
Yes.
That's another different shaped potato. But from 1948 to 1960, they built the dam originally, and I think in the 80s they raised it. Bob Carr's government said, no, we're not raising it any further in the mid 80s, and that's where we're at now.
All right. So there's the for, there's the against. Raising the dam wall. Does it pass the pub test?
Jam Nation. We're not gonna take it. I want you to get up right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda answer the pub test. Raising the dam wall, does it pass the pub test?
Well, Dominic Perrottet, our Premier, has vowed to raise the dam wall by hell or high water, declaring that New South Wales will go it alone if the federal government doesn't come to the table and split the cost. $1.6 billion.
Yeah.
Lots of for and lots of against. Give us them in a nutshell, Brendan.
Well, they're raising the dam wall by 14 metres.
Yes, but what's the argument for it?
Well, the argument for it is you'll save all those houses downstream. So, for example,
and we store more water.
60% would have the homes in 2021 wouldn't have been flooded if they had that extra bit on top of the wall.
Some people are saying that the government should have acted sooner to make sure we had some flood mitigation. But who are against?
Well, upstream, it's a World Heritage National Park, so you're going to lose trees, Aboriginal artefacts, all that sort of stuff as well. So it's one of those things. But having said that, if they do add the 14 metres to the top of the wall, this is a flood mitigation thing. So we've got flood mitigation, but we've also got catchment area. And so there's
two good things.
Two dances here. So the Labor government, they're saying, well, what we'll do is we'll reduce all the water. When it's not raining, we'll let water flow out, get rid of the water. But then what happens if we have a drought for 50 years? Then we're all drinking mud. So what they're talking about, if they raise the wall by 14 metres, it doesn't necessarily going to be running at that capacity. It's just in a situation where we have inundation of water, then they can let that water out in time. So that area, this is my undertaking of it, that area won't be flooded all the time. Would it be better to have some national park flooded or your house downstream flooded? That's what it comes down to for me, and That's my vibe.
All right, that's your vibe.
That's my vibe.
So what's your vibe? Raising the dam wall, does it pass the pub test?
We need to raise it. We drink more and we need to raise the dam to keep the water in.
Yeah, I think the dam wall should be raised. It'd save a lot of lives, and the stopping of flooding areas would be a lot better.
Definitely not. They should not raise the wall. It was intended to be that way. Mother Nature wanted the wall not to be built, and it's no good for the environment, so let Mother Nature play its course. Leave the wall as it is.
No, I don't think it does. They've had a couple of years ago, they had the perfect opportunity to clean it all out, get all the silt out and dig it deeper. Now, if they raise the wall, it's just going to float further upstream, bring the water level upstream up higher and cause issues up there.
Yes, it does. There's so many people lost homes and all sorts of things in our floods this year. I think it will help people having us going through that all over again.
No, it doesn't pass the pub test, but we also need to look at alternatives for getting water, and we have a lot more other areas where we can either dam up or we can look at to a resource for that water as opposed to raising the dam walls.
What's the calls for the pub test this morning?
We could talk about it for another 100 years, perhaps, when the next 100-year flood comes along.
Jam Nation podcast.
We got Eric Idle coming up.
So exciting. When I was a kid, and this is how daggy I am, my dad used to buy us Monty Python records, and I went to, it was pre-schoolies, we didn't even have schoolies, but 3 of us went and stayed in a caravan, I think on the south coast somewhere, and we listened to Monty Python cassettes. That's what we did on our schoolies.
What's your favourite, really?
Yeah.
Was there any drinking? Or
No, there was none.
That's a good time.
We went and had a swim, and we'd come back and we'd recite Monty Python. How daggy, but how great is that? Eric Idle's coming to Australia. He's got a new show called Nudge Nudge.
Yeah.
And this is, or Say No More. And this is from a very famous sketch, one of the most famous sketches he had, which was Nudge Nudge, Wink Wink, Say No More.
Yeah.
Is your wife a goer, hey? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nudge, 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 nudge. Know what I mean? Say no more. Know what I mean?
I beg your pardon?
Your wife, does she go? Hey? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nudge, nudge. Say no more.
Oh, she sometimes goes, yes.
I bet she does. I bet she does. I bet she does. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Nudge, nudge. Still. Whoa! Hey? Whoa! Hey?
Look, are you insinuating something?
Oh, yes.
Well,
I mean, you're a man of the world, aren't you? I mean, you've been there, haven't you? I mean, you've been around.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like you've done it. I mean, you've slept with a lady.
Yes.
What's it like?
He sounds like you, Brendan, doesn't he? Nudge, nudge, hey, you doing it? You doing it? Hey.
I was dead, but I have slept with a woman.
Oh, this...
Don't tell my wife.
Jam Nation.
I'm so chuffed to be talking to this man. We know him best for his unforgettable roles on Monty Python, from Flying Circus to The Meaning of Life. Now, Eric Idle reflects on the meaning of his own life and the meaning of comedy. In a one-night-only show, Say No More, he's going to be chatting about his life and his career. But before he does all of that, he's going to chat to us. Eric Idle, what a thrill. Hello.
Hello. Actually, I think it's about my wife and my career, not the life. I think it's a misprint, that's all.
Did she insist?
She's not coming, so I can talk about her publicly. Finally, at last, 45 years in, I can tell the truth.
At last, we get to hear it.
Yeah.
Eric, this show sounds great because our mate Sean McAuliffe is going to be talking to you for the first half of the show, and then the second half is you discussing comedy and life. You've had an interesting time of late. I know you only spoke recently about a bout of pancreatic cancer that you got early and all seems to be going well for you. So you've lived a rich life. How do you pick which bits to talk about?
Well, it's quite a question, actually. I try and think of things I haven't said, talked about, areas I haven't discussed before. And Sean's very good. I mean, he's very efficient, and he's feeding me questions and things which I will eventually get. He's working on that. And so I don't really know. I mean, I shall play some songs on the guitar, and it's still in progress, so I'm not entirely sure. In fact, your update is very good. Where did you get that from?
I'll send it to you.
In the first half. He's going to talk all the way through the damn show, as far as I'm concerned.
I love that the show is called Say No More, from the very famous Nudge Nudge sketch. I've been reading that was one of Elvis Presley's favourite sketches. He used to do Monty Python sketches in bed with his partner, Linda Thompson.
Oh.
And he used to call people Squire. He was so taken with you guys. Did you know all of your connection with Elvis?
I did, found out about it. It was, I think, because we did the Nudge Nudge sketch very early on the television, on the TV show. But the work that Linda Thompson herself told me that after TV closed down in Nashville, Elvis would make her sit next to him in bed and do Python sketches. And I didn't believe her. And she said, "No, Mrs. Thing, hello, Mrs. Entity, I need a new brain." And I said, no, he didn't. And she said, he did. And then I thought, well, how the hell did she know the words otherwise? I want a Curry's brain. Well, Elvis saying, I want a Curry's brain, which relates to a small shop in London that sells, electronics. It's just, you can't make that up. So I believed her finally. It's a mind-boggling thought, isn't it?
It really is.
I didn't see it in the Elvis movie.
No.
They didn't put that scene in, did they?
What's Baz Luhrmann doing? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they didn't put the song in the other one about Jesus. They didn't put the song at the end. Your guy, what's his name? The Australian boy.
Which one?
Which one?
The one, the very bloody one. Anyway.
Barry McKenzie?
Barry McKenzie? No.
Not Barry McKenzie.
It's the only film we've got.
Like a film about Jesus. Barry McKenzie.
No, hang on. Let's do this. Well,
are you talking about Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson, The Passion of the Christ.
He didn't put the song in the end, did he?
No, he didn't.
It was calling for it.
He missed out with a bloody song, the best bit of the fucking film,
That's right. It was calling for that song. It really was.
Because in The Passion of the Christ, there was a joke in The Passion of the Christ, and everyone did you pick up the joke in The Passion of the Christ? And it's about, there's a bit where Jesus invented the table. And Mary, his mother, is sitting there, and she goes, "What's this called?" And he said, "It's called a table." And she said, "What do you do with it?" And he got a stool and he said, "Well, you sit down and you eat at it." And Mary says, "It'll never catch on." And that was that's.
So he was it's a carpenter joke.
It's a carpenter joke, but it was in the.
When we first started to do The Life of Brian, Gilliam and I we do terrible jokes about him being crucified, and he kept falling down the cross, and he kept saying, "No, you need to put a pivot in there. Get a 4-inch plank, stick it and down again." So we didn't do that, of course.
When you write your material, were you aware which of the ones would become parts of the vernacular and which ones wouldn't? Or when you saw your babies go out into the world, have you been surprised at the ones that have stuck?
I think on the whole, the ones that stuck were the best of it, but I wouldn't have been able to tell at the time what was the best. And it's only afterwards, maybe by repetition and people repeating them to us, that you found out which were the more popular ones. So not really, because, the thing about it is we were all writers and we all put sketches in, but you never know quite who's writing at any moment when you're watching the show. Do you know what I mean? There's a seamless transition. There's a Michael Palin bit, and then there goes into a Cleese and Chapman bit, So we were mainly keen on getting our bits into the show, I think, really.
Mm. And that would be the other thing. It's like, in a band presenting a song, and you're just hoping that the other guys like it.
Well, that's why I thought that George Harrison and I had such a good bond, because we both played similar roles in our groups. We were both younger, we were both facing strong, powerful people to work with. He had to work with Lennon and McCartney, and I've got, Cleese and Chapman and Palin and Jones, both of which are writing duos. So it's harder to squeeze in when they've got 2 votes and you've only got 1.
Is this when you try to bring a sitar into Monty Python?
Yes, it was a good idea, I thought. Doozer on a sitar could go very nicely, I think.
How do you feel with people coming up to you reciting your sketches to you? I know we spoke to Seinfeld a number of years ago, and he always seemed a bit narky that he said, "Yeah, I know, I wrote it."
No, I thought he liked it. He's kind of circumspect, Jerry. He's New York.
Yeah, but how do you feel?
I think think the trouble is it leaves you with unable to say anything because they've just done this thing and you go, yes. It's not a conversation. Or I like him to say, hello, I like, oh, hello, what do you do? You have a human conversation. But if somebody comes up and says, recites an old sketch, there's nothing to be said, is there? Where do you pick up from there?
Or someone
I
comes
used to
up,
be very rude.
yeah, or someone comes up and just says, "You're Eric Idle." Then you're right.
Yeah.
There's no conversation, is there?
I would say, no, I'm not at that point. I'm Michael Palin.
Yeah, he's rude. So rude.
Well, Eric, it's always great to talk to you. Just for Laughs Sydney has announced an exclusive one show only of Say No More in conversation with Eric Idle at the State Theatre. It's December 1.
It's amazing. I can't wait.
Well, I can't wait either. I'm very looking forward to coming to Australia. I love Australia.
And the last time we caught up with you was like 2016, and nothing's happened between then and now. So
absolutely nothing. So next time we'll find something to talk about the next 4 years. Okay.
So great to talk to you, Eric. Thank you.
Nice to talk to you. Thanks for having me.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Places, everybody.
Sorry I'm late.
There's no time to wait.
The clock is ticking.
Let's do this thing.
Gets My Ghoulies is coming up to 9:15. Now, this is where you can vent your spleen, tell us what's getting on your goat, and you can win the fabulous prize.
$20,000 and a year's supply of chocks from Darryl Lee.
Pretty good.
906179884 is our hotline number.
Barry Dubois has a ghoulie.
Oh, no doubt the living room being rested for a year.
That's one of them. Here's another one. He went to Double Bay, parked his car.
Double pay.
I know you like saying that.
I do.
He parked his car.
Can I just say, it's actually cheap in Double Bay, I noticed. I went there for a coffee and I thought it was quite cheap and reasonable.
It is. I love going there because I know where all the shops are. It's easy to park. Or so I thought. This is what Barry's done. He's parked his car. He's put his money into the parking meter. He's put like $8.50 in on his credit card. And it spat out not a parking voucher that you put on your dashboard, but what looks like a receipt. And so, excuse me, he has said then that he...
Okay, what am I going to do here? Give me your water. Well, give me your water. Give me your water. Okay, give me this. I'll do all this. Yep.
I'm back. I've got a bad throat.
Yeah.
So, he says, I used my credit card.
It's not going to work.
It's working, baby. I'm back. I used my credit card to pay for 2 hours parking. And this is what came out of the machine.
You sound like Neville Wran.
He said, he's dead now.
Yeah.
He said, I left the ticket and a note explaining that.
Sure.
So he's left what looks like a receipt.
Oh, so he's written a little hand-explain note next to it.
What's been spat out of the machine is like a receipt.
Yep.
He's put that plus a note on his dashboard.
Yep.
He said he still got booked.
Oh, yeah.
So then he's applied to the council because he got his bank statement that showed that the money came out. He said, I sent in all the details, the bank statement, the note I left, and to show that I'd been booked, including proof of payment, as he said. He was told he could go to court. It had cost him $80 even if he won.
It's outrageous.
So even if he wins that, he's going to have to pay $80 for a $9 parking
Well, there's two options you can do, and I've done this before and it works. Go to the state ombudsman and put your case forward, and they might let you off. So you write up a letter to the revenue state ombudsman, or next time you drive past a park inspector, yell at flog.
No, not the individual. That's the council response.
So either one works.
The council told him that, not the individual.
Whatever works for you, I'm just giving you the options.
Yeah, but you can't win, and they know that you're not. Are you going to go that far for $9? Maybe you should, but it's going to cost you at least $80.
I'd go to war for $9. I've gone to war for $3.
But would you go to war for $80?
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, that's how the whole Russian war is going now. It's just over parking fines. That's what happens.
Well, if you have a ghoulie, give us a call, 906179884.
Jam Nation.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
As we said earlier, $20,000 cash and a year's supply of Darryl Lee chocolate awaits you if you're our favourite ghoulie of the year, 906179884.
What have we got?
Paying with cash gets my ghoulies. After the whole COVID period of time where everything was cashless and you could pay with card, and then you go to businesses, they ring up the amount and then they say, sorry, we're cash only. So you have to go to the ATM and get cash out. Then when you get your change, what do you do with that money? Not only do you have notes, you have coins, and then you have to put it into your wallet that I don't even use anymore because I usually pay with card, which is on my phone and Apple Pay. Can't everybody just take card? Makes life so much easier.
Yeah, what are you, caveman? You're paying in shells? What else have we got?
Oh, hi, Jonesy and Amanda. You know what really gets my ghoulies is when you're out for dinner and you're talking away and everyone around you is on the phone. Might as well have gone out by myself. Bye.
What she says on my phone.
Me too. Out with the bad, in with the good. If you dipped out, doesn't mean you can always call our hotline number 90617984. It's 4 to 9.
My favourite caller, email or Facebook friend wins $300 to spend at Bay Vista, world-famous desserts at Bay Vista, Parramatta and Brighton the Sands.
You also get the Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and fridge magnet with our little dolly heads on it.
This morning, the tribal drum was beating for Dad's claim to fame. We got a call from Scott from Blacktown. He was telling us a great story about his dad. Now, he's got some of the names wrong, but the story is brilliant.
My father was a ex-detective, and he used to, at one stage, he was at a thing called the Special Branch. And back in, I think it was about 1970, he, when the three astronauts that landed on the moon, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and Neil Collins, come to Australia, he looked after them and took them out on the town for a few nights. And I spoke to him a few years ago before he passed away about it, and he was saying that I can't remember actually whether it was Neil Collins or Buzz Aldridge. Apparently one of them was a bit of a dickhead, and like they were, as I said, they were on the drink and whatever, and the guy that my dad was working with almost knocked him out.
And just for the records, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong and Michael Collins.
Yes, but the story's great nonetheless.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Well, Bear Weaver is next. He has got free fuel to give away with Beat the Bowser.
We'll be back from 6 to 9 for Jam Nation.
See you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby dear, from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Goodbye.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.